Welcome to a brand new edition of It's in the Game podcast here on the Cruise Control Podcast Network in collaboration with Ball is Life. As always, I'm joined by a great friend of mine, my co-host, Mr. Denny Blanco, at Sir Denny Blanco on both Instagram and Twitter. Denny Blanco, my man, how you doing?
Like we always do at this time, it is January 3rd. Deuce.
The first show of 2022. You know what I mean? Happy New Year to you and the family. We back at it. It's in the game. We got lots to talk about today. For those who want to hear the podcast, go to SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Also on ballislife.com. So, Denny Blanco, before we got into the room, it has been reported, put out there, that Kyrie Irving of your Brooklyn Nets will be wearing the hat today. Maybe you had an inclination this was going to happen, but Kyrie Irving is prepared to make his season debut on Wednesday in Indiana, obviously not Brooklyn, in Indiana against the Pacers. So we knew at some point Kyrie was going to make his return. Right now, it'll be Wednesday. So, as a fan, as a diehard Net fan for a year and a half.
You sound like you're throwing shots at me, but I'm gonna let you live. Go ahead. I'll let you live.
How excited are you to see Kyrie Irving back with your team? And what do you expect to see from Kyrie?
Honestly, am I excited?
You're not excited. Wow.
The Nets are number 2 in the East without Kyrie.
That's a fact. Number 2.
They're number 2 in the East without Kyrie. And all the in and outs of COVID. James Harden sitting. Kevin Durant carrying them. Patty Mills working out. LaMarcus Aldridge not being there. It's just been a litany of nonsense, and we're still number 2. So to answer your question, am I excited that Kyrie's coming back? I was upset that he wasn't with the team from jump. That's just me. But clearly, you see a lot of folks getting signed. Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, Isaiah Thomas. Mm-hmm. These teams are clearly, and I don't want to call them desperate, because these players should have stayed in the league anyway. I wouldn't call them desperate for re-signing these guys to 10-day contract. Your Joe Johnson, your Isaiah Thomas, your Lance Stevenson. However, the Nets were desperate. They were losing players, and Kyrie came along, and now on Wednesday he's going to be able to have fresh legs, fresh knees, and give us 27-plus games on the road of everything he has. And then we have him for away games. So home court advantage, no Kyrie. Away games, Kyrie. It's going to be interesting.
As a fan, I'm very interested in seeing Kyrie come back. As you mentioned, at least every team has dealt with this COVID situation and health and injuries and signing people who are not in the league and just trying to maintain their status and in the standings. But Kyrie stands. He's still standing by that. He ain't playing in Brooklyn. He ain't playing in New York. I think the only other city he can't. What's the other city he can't play in? Maybe Toronto. He can't play in. But just to see him back, man. He's one of the most talented players I've ever seen in the NBA. Clutch, and still the missing piece for Brooklyn to winning an NBA championship. You're saying they're number 2 without him, and just imagine if he was there. They'd be number 1, not Chicago. Chicago's good, but when you get Harden, Durant, and Kyrie all clicking and healthy at the same time, the Brooklyn Nets are pretty much unbeatable. And now it's like, how do you get him into the mix, get him in, into the fold? If like, Kyrie, you starting tonight, you just do what you got to do. I think he's still in shape. It's not like he's out of shape, but. Just seeing back, man, it's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be different, a different vibe. Obviously, I want him to come back in Brooklyn. That's gonna be crazy when he does. But just having it back in general, man, he's one of the top talents in the league. So as a fan, I'm thinking selfishly to see him back. I understand his stance with everything that's going on, but just adding him to KD and Harden, bro.
Yeah, it's exciting for the NBA purists, guys that like basketball. Yes, that'll be exciting to watch. Like I said before, I'm just more focused on what we have versus what we don't have. The core, your James, your Kevin Durant, your Patty Mills, just your Claxtons, your guys, your Bruce Browns, just guys that are there.
Yeah,
often. I'm trying to see what they can develop because Kyrie's a question mark.
Yeah,
he's an enigma. So we don't know what we're going to get, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because he can come back and get 30, 35 real quick. And be like, oh shit, Kyrie never left.
Folks really think, and that's the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have to understand something. These guys are basketball purists, geniuses. They can wake up and average 30. What I mean by that is literally go to sleep, wake them up, a basketball player, whether it's Kevin Durant, Kyrie, Melo, James Harden, any all-star you can possibly think of. You wake them up at 6 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna go, get a run and let's go. They're gonna be 30 without brushing their teeth. So these conversations about players not, they're going to be in continuity and rhythm and all that. No, not when you're dealing with the ISO guys and guys that have played on USA teams that can easily be in and out of whether play off the ball, play on the ball. It's part of the game.
So I'm looking at, at least for January, I'm looking at Brooklyn's schedule. So the road schedule. They got Indiana Wednesday. They get Chicago next Wednesday, so Kyrie won't play, obviously, against the Bucks and San Antonio at home. So it was Wednesday, the following Wednesday, and then the following Monday at Cleveland, and then January 19th at Washington, January 21st at San Antonio, January 23rd at Minnesota. Then January 29th at the Warriors. And then February 1st at Phoenix. February 2nd at Sacramento. February 4th at Utah. February 6th at Denver. So Kyrie's going to play a lot of games. That's a pretty good stretch to get him back.
He's going to be challenged early and often.
No, he'll be challenged, but I think he needs that. You can't just, one game this week and one game the following week. I think for the first part, we got Indiana and then Chicago, but then that Western Conference road trip, you're playing 3, 4, 5 straight games with Kyrie to kind of get some rhythm, get him back and everything. So I think it could have been a more perfect timing for him to come back if he's only playing on the road than with that stretch coming up. So I think a little strategically they got it right, but and then we'll smooth you right in. Let's start with Indiana. Let's work our way.
Get you a JV. Get you play with the JV first.
Yeah. We'll get you one game, but bro, you got Chicago game 2.
Right?
And that's gonna be crazy, bro.
Man, your boy Kyrie got a ring. He ain't worried about no challengers, and quite frankly. I want to see. I want to see what they just give me. James, Kevin, and Kyrie healthy against those baby bulls, and let me see where they're at. Yeah,
I know we've said when they play healthy, they're the team to beat. Not only in the Eastern Conference, but in the entire NBA. I see Warriors doing good, Phoenix and Milwaukee, but we said prior to the season, if those 3 guys are playing together, clicking, healthy, and everybody else healthy on Brooklyn, they're the team to beat in the NBA.
Listen,
you're the Net fan. I'm trying to help you out, brother. You're the Net fan. I'm trying to give you hope.
The Nets are scary, but so are the Bulls. I'm not in there. I'm not even afraid of the Bucks. I'm not afraid of the Bucks because when it comes to playoff basketball, when things break down, you need a guy that can get his own shot. quite frankly, if you look at the Bucks, how many guys on their team can get their own shot?
Giannis, Middleton, Drew.
3.
Who else am missing?
And 3. And if you're really, really honest, it's technically 2 because Giannis's jump shots is a little shaky. Okay? Now, the Nets have 3. Legitimate. From 30. It can go down. The Bulls have 2. So, 2 explosive guards. And the Nets aren't known for defense. So I'm more fearful of the Bulls than the Bucks.
You're afraid of Chicago.
I'm sure, Daddy.
You're afraid. I mean, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying you shouldn't because your roster has MVPs and the scoring champions and perennial all stars and like don't get it twisted. Like you got KD, Kyrie, and James. I know Zach and DeMar are doing very well. I'm happy for them. But you got 3 the most prolific scorers in NBA history on your roster. Don't be too afraid.
Stop. 2 impossible.
Who? What are you talking about?
It's 2 impossible. See, you want to include Kyrie, but he's not included yet. You feel me?
I'm talking about in general, bro. In general,
but again, I don't know what's going to happen come playoff time. I'm
saying right now. I understand he didn't play a game yet.
Full strength.
When you mentioned Kyrie, KD, and Harden, full strength, 3 prolific scorers that can get a jump shot, a bucket anytime they want, anywhere they want.
Yeah,
but at the same time, you look at Zach and DeRozan, they're the same too. They can get a bucket anytime, any place, how they want it. And we've seen it. Perfect transition. We saw it last week. DeMar with 2 with back-to-back game winners at the buzzer by him against Indiana and Washington.
Light.
So I know you said you're afraid of Chicago.
Daddy.
Is this the best Bulls team to try to get to the NBA Finals since that D Rose and Noah and Luol Deng team, which is 10 years ago? So if you look at if you see the timeline, Chicago has not made an NBA Finals since '98 when Jordan left. It took them 13 years to get back in that mix with D Rose and them. They made the conference finals against
long time
Miami, and they lost to LeBron and them. Now you look at that 10, 11 years later, they're back in that mix. Like, yo, listen. Like, is this the best Chicago Bulls team to try to get to a final since a decade ago?
This is the best Chicago Bulls team, absolutely, for sure. Obviously, you talk about those old baby Bulls with, old Coach Thibodeau and, D Rose, Luol Deng, Noah. So, Derrick Rose balled his ass off, MVP year. They believe they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, if I'm not mistaken. I may be, but I have no problem being wrong. And my concern is, yes, they have this is the best team, I think, since D Rose's. And I've said at the beginning, describing this Bulls team, they have the in and out. They have both. They have the ability to throw the ball in the post with Vucevic.
There you go. Finally, you said his name correctly. I'm proud of you. Big Vooch. Just say Big Vooch.
Big Vivi. Big VV. I can throw it down to Big VV, or he could stretch out to the 3. Sidebar, the first buzzer beater.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're cute, Vusa. You thought D Rose was gonna pass it to you?
Yo, your man made that on one leg. That's a one-legged 3.
Vuce was like this off the pick and roll. Vuce was like, I'm open.
Nah, I got this.
One-legger. You know what I mean? You got the inside outside with Vuce, and then you have wings. Zach Randolph, DeMar DeRozan. Technically, they're the same.
Zach LaVine, not Zach Randolph. Come on now. Come on. You do this every show, bro. Come on. Get it right. Get it right. It's a new year, man. It's a new year. Get it right.
ZL. I gotta give him nicknames, and then we just, it clears all the names that are missing with all the old NBA players. You know what I mean?
Zach Randolph.
Zach LaVine, ZL Smooth.
Oh,
Talk to me. Talk to me.
ZL Smooth.
Zach
Nah,
LaVine.
we got to clear that with P Rock first. All right.
I'm sure it'll be a good smooth transition. You feel me?
Love it.
Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are problems. They're both 6'4". I mean, listen, 6'6", 6'7". Create their own shot. DeMar is now extended to the 3-point line. DeMar is a mid-range master, and that scares me because when the shot clock goes down, you just throw him the ball and say, "Give me a point," and 9 times out of 10, the ball's going to go in. So it's going to be interesting to see those three and how they're going to perform in the playoffs with high intensity. I'm excited.
And I think there's that, the difference between this Bulls team and that Derrick Rose team was the fact that, if I'm wrong, correct me, but D Rose was the only main scorer they had. But they had great role players in Noah, Taj, they had that Ben Gordon,
not too many people that can create
Luol Deng, but Luol Deng is not Zach and DeMar DeRozan.
No, the hell he's not. Shout out to Luol.
And this team plays great defense. They're first right now in the Eastern Conference. And I just think, the one thing we ain't talking about is how like Billy Donovan has changed this Bulls team for what it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they were terrible, but now you put all the pieces together, and where he came from OKC, and stuff like that he should be commended on what's been going on with Chicago. Hopefully they keep the trajectory. They end up at the 1 seed, if not a 2 seed, whatever. But when you got DeMar and Zach, two guys, and we said it before, that get you 25, 30, 35 a night, whenever they want, however they want. And they're doing stuff like this and one-legged threes and hitting game-winning jump shots. That's tough to. Now, playoffs are a different beast. You know what I'm saying? It's a different beast, and we know we got the playing game situation, so we'll see what happens. But those two guys, man, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not saying they're like Mike and Pip, but they're close. They remind me of that dynamic duo they had in the fucking 90s. Like, I don't know who's Jordan, who Pippen. I'm not here to say that, but
no, listen, don't even put them guys.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, don't get angry. Randy's just saying this. He's just saying if you squint real hard, it'll give you maybe a reminder. He's not saying they're like them.
Yeah, like if you clean the glasses real quick, like damn, Mike and Pip is like DeRozan and Zach now.
Yeah, you need some glasses on them, Charles. Yeah, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, athletic wings. If they increase their defense, sky's the limit, bro.
And they got great role players. They got Kobe White. You got Big Vooch, who was an all-star. Kobe Caruso.
They got a great bench.
Eric Jones Jr.
Nobody's talking about ball either.
Lonzo, he's not even playing right now. He's not even playing right now.
Amen. Listen, he's.
I wouldn't say you should be afraid of Chicago. I think you should be. You should be alert. You should be alert. You should be on high alert.
High alert, bro. Every time the other day I saw the two buzzer beaters. I'm like, okay. The first one. Right. The second one. Right. At this point, he only hit 2 for the year, but back-to-back nights. On the road. And basketball at the buzzer. And basketball's about strategy. Hear me out, guys. Randy, everyone listening and watching. If you allow in the playoffs DeMar DeRozan to get shots off, and you're up, and you don't throw a double team at him, that's your fault. If you don't throw a double team at DeMar DeRozan and you're up, time running down, he may be able to tie the game or win the game, and you don't send a double, I don't care who the coach. I don't care who the coach is.
But you ain't saying to double DeRozan all game. You're saying if it comes to crunch time.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, but then you leaving Zach open. That's the monster they created.
See, the first buzzer beater. If you pay attention to that play, they had the double. He ran back to Vucevic. Yes, Vucevic can hit threes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in dispute about that. I'm saying who would I much rather have take a three with pressure on the line? DeMar DeRozan, Zach, or Vucevic, or anyone else besides that matter.
Mm-hmm.
You remove them from the equation. This is only if you want to win. Only if you want to win.
Right. 2 more points before I wrap it up. We're seeing what LeBron has been able to do. He's still getting 30 out there, still breaking records. 35, 10, and 5 on 50% shooting for a 7-game span. First player, I think, since Jordan in the 90s. Carrying the Lakers. You know, we all know he's 37 years old. I see it on the timeline. The first guy who had 37. I get all that, but you know, just being able to see what he's been doing. We saw maybe a little dip because of injuries and stuff like that, but I never said LeBron is washed. I never said LeBron it's over. You know, Father Time is caught up, but just seeing what he's been able to do, man. Still getting 28, 9, and 8 consistently at this point in time. Lakers are number 9, I think, in the Western Conference, number 8, 9, somewhere in that range. So, how are you shocked? Are you surprised at what LeBron has been able to do? His style of play is like there's no decline coming anytime soon. I'm talking about the play, the style of play. Like, he's still getting you these numbers that he's getting you. I saw a stat at 17. He was getting 28, 7, and 7. At 27, he was getting 29, 8, and 7. At 37, he's getting you 28, 9, and 7. It's like, it's crazy.
He is a phenom of epic proportions. I think him not having major injuries helps.
Mm-hmm.
I think him taking off games helps.
True.
Load
management.
So a lot of folks will talk about how he's the greatest. We've never seen, you know, this kind of run before, and he's averaging 30 in the last 5-6 games. Yeah, man. I expect that from him when, you know, you rest a couple of games. You don't have the same energetic output as your who's played every game. Let's see, as your maybe Giannis. Well, he's been out because of COVID. Who's played? You know, they got players that played every. I mean, Kevin Durant, I think, has played almost every game. He's been out for COVID here and there, but for the most part. So when someone says, you know, go, go.
Mm-hmm.
Did he play hurt? Did he play with the flu? Did he play with bums?
Well, recently nowadays, people say the quote unquote flu. Quote unquote. It's like AKA food poisoning. He's you know.
I'm sorry.
Still, I played not 100%.
Semantics.
Yeah.
I played 50%.
Exactly.
You can see visually by the tape, I am 50% if that.
Yeah.
And still gave you work. Okay? So those things have to be taken into consideration when you talk about the greatest of all time. LeBron is the greatest of all time currently, right now, in this era. He is top 2, top 3 best players of this particular era. No question about it. But I challenge anyone to even compare what he's doing to what they would do back in the 80s and 90s, not take time off, etc. I challenge you.
Mm-hmm. So where do you have LeBron for you? Like, if he's like, is
all
he?
Time?
Yeah, is he in your top 5?
Top 5.
Is he in your top? Is he in your top 3? Oh wow.
No,
No.
no. It's gonna be hard because I have Jordan Magic. I have Jordan Magic, Bird, Curry,
So you put
Kobe.
Bird over LeBron.
Kobe. Yeah, sure. See, obviously, people too. It's like LeBron phenom from high school, and the reason why I put Bird over LeBron. Bird played in the era where you can clothesline a person. It's not a foul. Number one. Number two. Was Larry Bird athletic?
No, I would say no.
Right. Wasn't athletic, but averaged like double digits to rebounds. Wasn't athletic. Didn't out jump you. But he always seemed to get his shot off.
Mm-hmm. So if I ask you right now, Larry Bird in his prime, LeBron in his prime, who you picking?
Hey, 84 Larry?
I said prime. You tell me. You tell
me.
me
84 Larry. Give me 84 Larry. Hold on, me.
Okay, so let's do it. 84 and LeBron's prime. What year of LeBron you say, man, he was on some shit. Like, are we talking about Miami LeBron, that era?
Oh, I wouldn't even use hell no. I wouldn't even use Miami LeBron era because
I'm just asking the question, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't. Every time people bring up Miami LeBron, I always bring up Dallas in the smack.
No, but bring up Dallas in the smack. He was there 4 years, bro. He was there 4 years, not 1 year.
It's cute. He was there for 4 years.
Or that 2016 LeBron when he beat the Warriors.
That LeBron.
So you're taking 2016 LeBron or 84 Bird?
85, let me see, 85, 86. 85, 86, maybe. Let me see.
I'm looking right now. Hold on.
No. We got you. We got 85, 86. 25, 9, 6, 2. 49% from let me say it again. Hold on. Larry Bird, 85, 86. 25 points, 9 rebounds, 9.8 rebounds, 6.8 assists, 2 steals, 49% from the field.
Okay, so what year did Larry Bird average the most points? Give me that year.
Now I have to look that up.
I thought you had it in front of you.
Yeah, no. His best. Okay. The year that he averaged the most.
Yeah, give me that year.
87. He averaged 29.
29 what?
29. Oh, excuse me. 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. On
29, 9 and 6, 87 Bird. But you feel like 84, 85 was better than 87 Bird.
Well, based on they said this is the best statistical year. I mean, don't get me wrong. Let me tell you what Bird won in 85, 86. He was the NBA champion, Finals MVP, regular season MVP, All NBA first team, All-Star, 3-point shooting champion.
What year? What year?
85, 86.
Okay, so let's say the 85, 86 Bird. Just for now. I know someone will say 84. 84 sounds like the year. For some reason, I think they beat the Lakers in the finals too. LeBron, his highest average was 30 a game back in 08. 38, 37 and 8 with 2 steals and a block. And that was still Cleveland LeBron.
What was the shooting percentage? What was the shooting percentage?
LeBron was shooting 53% from and that was the first Cleveland. That was the first Cleveland. I'm not even mentioning the fire. Okay, hold up.
Yeah. Wow.
Am I reading this right? Yeah, 3-point percentage and 2-point percentage. Yeah, so from 2
regular field goal, 53%.
Yeah. Bro.
Yeah, I mean, I may have to change my mind on that one, Big Daddy.
Like even this year, is this correct? He's shooting, bro. It says 2-point percentage. You know what? Overall field goal percentage. LeBron James in that year I mentioned with 48% from the field. So I guess they balance it out, obviously. So this year he's averaging 52% from the field. So if you try to compare the the prime Bird and prime LeBron.
You see, and that's another thing too. Numbers.
I'm like,
right.
yo, pick a year. LeBron could be, yo, we'll pick a year.
Pick a year. No. I just doubling back. I was flip flopping, just speaking out loud. No, I'm still going with Larry at 85, 86 because people have to understand your numbers is your numbers, right? LeBron won MVP, right? But see, LeBron, Jordan, these guys, they were trying to be on every list. And I mean, LeBron's on every list, but I mean, when it comes to the trophies, no one was winning anything else. So when I see that year, Boston goes 67-15, wins a ring, and he's Finals MVP, regular season MVP. Has LeBron ever done that?
To do that in the same year?
I'm saying, like for me, I think he all NBA he's going to get, All Star he's going to get. He's not a 3-point shooter, so he's not going to get 3-point shooting champion or All Star MVP. But it reminds me of the Pippen year when Pippen was literally at the second to Karl Malone in MVP voting and was NBA MVP All Star. He was right there from getting regular season MVP, All-Star MVP, and then obviously taking his team to the finals. He was almost there. That's what I mean by if you're really comparing, if you're making like Larry and.
Okay, I got one for you. He won a championship in 2012 and 13. He was the Finals MVP in 2012 and 13, and the NBA MVP 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
So back-to-back years, I got a chip, Finals MVP, and a regular season MVP, and that was Miami. That's why I mentioned Miami for prime LeBron. I'm not saying even that year when he came back for Cleveland, the second year with 2016, he was still getting triple doubles at will.
Yeah, and then again, when people say the GOAT, if LeBron can do this, then he's the GOAT. If he can win in 1 year, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, All NBA First Team, All Defensive First Team, All-Star, All-Star Game MVP, lead the league in scoring, lead the league in assists. Lead the league in scoring, lead the league in steals. You know who did that?
But you know what they're gonna say.
You know who did that?
Oh, Jordan. But you know what they're gonna say. Well, Michael ain't win a ring that year. I think the year you're looking at was 88.
87, 88.
Yeah, Jordan ain't win that year. So
again, Jordan ain't win that year.
I'll take that year. That's a crazy fucking year.
But that's my point, right? He didn't win the championship, but he swept every single award for player. Mm-hmm. Every single one. So 87, 88, maybe the Lakers or the Celtics win. I don't recall off the top of my head. They all knew who the best player in the league was. They knew. Mm-hmm. They knew. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, oh, LeBron, because you got the KDs here and you got the Kyries here. There's always a conversation. Got Curry. There's always a conversation with LeBron. Always. Mm-hmm. There's no conversation with Jordan when it comes to the other players. None. Not even with Kobe. Kobe separated himself from other players. Mm-hmm. Whether it's Gilbert Arenas, Vince Carter, T-Mac,
Paul Pierce,
every single Hall of Famer during those times, they'll say, nah, it's Kobe. I'm good. That guy right there. No. Mm-hmm. So, comparing, saying go and talking about these are little things that you have to bring up, bro. Like winning MVP. Giannis is right there. Giannis can easily do all of that. Win MVP, be Defensive Player of the Year, take his team to the final, win Finals MVP, be an NBA All-Star MVP. Mm-hmm. He can do all 5 of these. He really can. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, man. Michael had few peers as he's averaged 35 points per game, shooting over 53%. Highest player at PR, player efficiency rating, 31.7. Highest ever since the ABA merger, bro.
So to cap this off, to answer this question, we're picking Prime Bird over Prime LeBron, or have we definitively picked the year that we're looking at?
Yeah. And it's expired.
So you're saying in general, I'm taking Prime Bird over Prime LeBron. It don't matter.
Yeah. Just buy a bird, buy a bird, buy a hair on a bird. A hair on a bird. Yeah.
That should be a very interesting debate over social media. We'll see.
What's interesting? Yeah, because I'm looking at the ranking, the 10 greatest individual performances. They bring up LeBron's 2011. Miami Heat 46-20, NBA champion, Finals MVP, All NBA first team, All Defensive first team. Dig, like that's good, but you weren't Defensive Player of the Year.
Now, do they have Bird?
No, I read Birds. Birds was the
So we're looking at 20. We're looking at 2011, 12, 13 ish LeBron against 1984, 5, 6 ish Bird. Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing because it hit. Let me tell you something. The game was much different. Mm-hmm. Larry Bird was playing than when LeBron was playing. I mean, even looking at these other, like I said, that year LeBron was at NBA champion, Finals MVP, All NBA All Star. It's cute. That's cute. I'm looking at Hakeem Olajuwon, 93-94.
Oh yeah, he was MVP, champion, Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, like
NBA champion, Finals MVP, regular season MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, All NBA first team, All Defensive first team. So when you look at LeBron's, you compare that to LeBron's, it's like you could be All Defensive first team. You know what I mean? All right. Defensive Player of the Year and MVP.
How many times LeBron got that defensive player?
How many times has LeBron has he won one? I don't think so. Huh?
So you trying to tell me LeBron's never been defensive player of the year?
Has he?
I'm looking.
Let's hey. Has he been defensive player of the year?
Yeah, okay, but Bird wasn't either.
No, I'm not saying Bird was right. So my point is this, right? Bird, regular season MVP, Finals MVP, all the NBA defensive, and so was LeBron. That's and then the shooting percentage was the same, but Larry Bird doesn't have the athleticism that LeBron does. LeBron can't be a defensive player of the year. Come on, bro. Larry Bird has a reason. Like the excuses are like a multitude of excuses.
Yeah,
he's not athletic. He can't move his feet. He has all the excuses in the world that he.
LeBron ain't got one, but you know what's so funny?
Thank you for picking up what I just dropped. LeBron ain't got one. Yeah,
he was mad. He was mad one year. I forgot what. He was mad one year. He didn't get it. He lost to Gobert or he lost to somebody. I forgot who it was. And it was like, when you give this guy defensive player of the year, some shit like that. LeBron was tight about that. He was up there to win it. Yeah, I forgot who it was, man.
And then I pull up Shaq's best year, 99, 2000.
Oh yeah, I could have told you that.
NBA champion, Finals MVP, and regular season MVP,
All-Star
NBA
MVP.
first team, All Defensive second team, All-Star game MVP. Led the league in scoring. Come on, bro.
Nah, that year was all Shaq, all LA.
Scoring and field goal percentage. Come on, the one first place vote shy of being named unanimous MVP.
He should have been unanimous.
Someone voted for Allen Iverson.
I mean, AI was doing good in 2000, but 01 was AI's year. Like, just come on, man.
Like I said, so
It's crazy.
I think Shaq has the. Excuse me, Shaq. I think LeBron literally has the ability to put up those Shaq numbers.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't want to. Like, I think he has the ability to literally win the NBA championship, Finals MVP, regular season MVP, NBA All-Star MVP, All NBA first team, All NBA defensive first team. Like, I think he has the ability to do all of that. He just doesn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to.
On that note, Denny Blanco, my guy, always appreciate you coming on. Follow Denny Blanco on Instagram and Twitter at Sir Denny Blanco. You can find me at Randy J. Cruz, Rendy, the letter JCRUZ on both IG and Twitter. You can find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Also on ballislife.com. Denny Blanco, my man. Thank you. Always appreciate it.
Ball is life.
Yes, sir. We out.